our XPMC project. We are thrilled to have you with us as we officially launch students of Sister Nivedita University, the International Accredited Certification Program, Experiential Master Credentials XPMC, hosted by Employability Life in collaboration with Federation University Australia. These XPMCs are designed to provide students with workplace readiness by engaging in mentor-led, project-based experiences that are both collaborative and agile. This is a pivotal moment as we explore how these programs will prepare students to thrive in the evolving world of work. Now, to formally commence the event, first we would proceed to the watering of the plant program. We welcome all the delegates to join us for this. Now, I would like to invite some esteemed representatives of Sister Nivedita University to deliver a welcome note. First, please join me in welcoming Professor Dr. Dhrubajyoti Chattopadhyay, the Vice Chancellor of Sister Nivedita University.
A very good morning to my dear students over here. We are really very happy to welcome the Vice Chancellor of the first cooperative university in Australia, Federation University. Sir, thank you for coming over here. We have with us all the trainers and the leaders of the Employability Life with us. Thank you, all of you, and we are looking forward to a long-term collaboration as well as a very successful relationship. That is most important. I really want to thank the leadership of our GCEO as well as the Dean of Engineering, Professor Sanku Bose, as well as his team of very learned faculty members from the Computer Science Department. Today it's a very important because we are trying to establish a lab over here which is going to be helpful in Employability Life, and we are very happy that this new lab, what we call it the future lab, this lab is going to be inaugurated by no other than the Vice Chancellor of Federation University. And I'm sure that with your blessings, this particular lab is going to start with a bang so that our students can get the full facilities over here. Now, you know that in the modern era, after the NEP 2020, the pedagogy of our teaching being changed. And we have pedagogy based on the experiential learning, and here the faculty members' role also changed. Faculty members' role is only going to be a facilitator, but it is the student-centric curricula, student-centric teaching, and student-centric things are going to happen as per the NEP 2020, which we are trying to implement in our university. Now we are talking about the experiential learning. At that period of time, we are really thankful to the Employability Life to come forward and also given the proposal that how they are actually going through this. They have 5 different characteristics for which this Employability Lives program is going to help the students in a very big way. If you are serious enough and if you are really going to practice, you can really get the fruits out of it. So the program is designed in such a way the outcome is going to be very high. And it all depends on your participation. So how well you are going to participate, that is most important. Now, while this particular, I think already mentioned that what we mean by the XPM, and there we are starting with the different certificate programs, and these certificate programs, say for example, one of the thing is a cyber security one. That is very interesting. If you can go through the curriculum, what are the different aspects of this curricula which is different from what we used to see. I don't want to take any more time because there are a number of who are going to tell you about this. So again, I really wish a great success for this program and looking forward to have brilliant students coming out of this program. Thank you. Namaskar.
Hello. Thank you, Professor Dr. Dhrubajyoti Chattopadhyay, for your inspiring words. Now I would like to welcome Professor Dr. Shonku Bose, Group CEO, Techno India Group, Kolkata, to offer his insights.
Hello. Hello. Take off. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it's a great honor to be here as we mark the beginning of an exciting collaboration between Employability.life, Federation University, and Sister Nivedita University, which we call SNU. The partnership is more than just a union of institutions. It is a powerful alliance that aims to redefine the future of education, employability, and skill development. I'd like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the leadership teams from the Employability.life, Federation University, and SNU, as well as all faculty, staff, and students who have contributed to make this partnership a reality. Your commitment to excellence and innovation in education is what has brought us together today. The collaboration is built on a shared vision, one where we bridge the gap between academia and industry, which is very much needed in today's scenario. Ensuring that our students are not only academically proficient, but also ready to meet the demands of the modern workforces. In today's rapidly changing the world where technology is evolving at an unprecedented pace, it is crucial that our education approach evolve too. We need to ensure that our students are equipped with skills, knowledge, and experience that will make them adaptable, resilient, and most importantly, employable. The partnership brings together the strength of three distinguished institutions. Federation University, with its rich history and commitment to student success, bring invaluable global perspectives and expertise in higher education. SNU, with its focus on research, innovation, and holistic development, adds a dynamic Indian context to this collaboration. Employability.life is a leader in employability skill training, bridges the gap between academia knowledge and practical skills that employers are seeking. Together, we are not just preparing students for their first job, we are preparing them for a lifetime learning for career success. This collaboration will focus on developing curricula that are aligned with industry needs, offering real-world experience through internship, projects, and fostering a culture of continuous learning and adaptability. Innovation is the heart of this partnership. We are committed to embracing new teaching methodologies, incorporating cutting-edge technology, leveraging data analytics to continuously improve our education offering. By doing so, we aim to create a learning environment that is not only responsive to the current industry trends, but also anticipatory of future challenges and opportunities. At the core of this collaboration are the students. We believe that every student has the potential to achieve greatness, and it is our responsibility to provide them with the tools, opportunities, and support they need to reach their full potential. Though this partnership will offer students a unique educational experience, one that blends academia rigor with a practical application, global perspective with a local relevance, and technical skills with soft skills. In conclusion, today marks the beginning of a journey, one that we embark on together with a great excitement and a shared commitment to the excellence. As we move forward, let us continue to innovate, collaborate, and strive the greatness. Let us ensure that our students are not just prepared for the future, but are empowered to shape it. Thank you all. Thanks.
Sir, please stay back in stage. Thank you, Professor Dr. Shankhu Bose, for your enlightening address. Moving forward, we are delighted to introduce the co-founder and chairman of Employability Life, Dr. Monish Malhotra, to speak about the genesis of Employability Life and its strong partnership with Federation University, Australia. And I would like to invite our esteemed sir, Professor Shankhu Bose, to come up on stage, he is already here, to facilitate Dr. Monish Malhotra. Dr. Monish Malhotra is a leader in the fields of e-learning, business development, and strategic planning. He holds executive education credentials from Syed Business School, University of Oxford, and London Business School. With a PhD in computer science from RMIT University in Melbourne, Dr. Malhotra's focus over 20 years has been to invest in innovative learning solutions. Through his colleges in Australia and New Zealand, he has provided more than 30,000 students with international opportunities. He is building a digital platform to provide support to campuses, adjusting to hybrid learning, and aggregates and trains admission administrators to digitalize and automate their processes. In the UK, he co-founded the global talent incubator, Employability Life, which provides agile projects to learners developed in collaboration with industry and academia, generating workplace readiness assessment tools to enable borderless transformative experience.
Thank you very much. That was a lot of introduction. Very impressive. Thanks a lot for having us here. I've written a bit of it here, so I'll just read it a little later. But it's so good to be here because we started this journey of discussing this project, this initiative with SNU now a few months back, and to see this all coming into reality is fantastic. Now I just basically start with a motivation that I had for starting the Employability.life. Now, I've been an international student like you all. I mean, I was a student in India 25 years back, in Delhi, just like yourselves, and decided to go to Australia 25 years back. I did all my studies there, undergraduate, and then I did my PhD, and then we worked with a lot in the education space. One thing I realized with all these students who were coming from different countries like India and all other international students, whether it's Southeast Asia or India, that there was an absolute disconnect in initial days. It was an absolute disconnect about their understanding of academia and industry. Now, that was dealt very, very carefully between the universities, and they have a lot of support systems. But in the last 5 years, I'll say it all started a lot around 2017, 2018, but COVID just moved it to another level. That the force of digital knowledge that we all have is now far different to what we used to have long, long back. Now, you all are getting ready for a world that will be full of AI, right? So we are not just talking about that AI will come in the future. AI is already here, right? I mean, what it can achieve in the future is something we all need to figure out. And there's been a lot of speculation now going on that whether there'll be AGI, whether there'll be consciousness, and whether it will take 20 years, 50 years, or what will happen to the future of work. So we all agree on one thing, that the future of work is going to change dramatically. All your jobs what we see today will be changed. And you would see this in a lot of media these days, that they will talk about that millions of jobs will disappear and new million of jobs will appear. And what this will show is basically how we are changing the skill set for the future. So we all agree on one thing, that there is a future of education that has to happen, and we need that, and that is because there will be future of work. Now, a lot of vice chancellors, a lot of universities, when they're training a student for 4 to 5 years, are trying to give them the skill set that will make them fully aware of adaptable future. Because you probably start your, let's say, engineering degree thinking that you will become a web engineer or mobile engineer, and maybe in 4 years' time that job even do not exist. Right? I mean, the programming will be done by the AI bots and so on, so on. So what will you do? How do you prepare yourself for a future where the jobs are constantly changing and the new jobs are coming? So the solution for us at Employability Life was creating the industry projects in a different pedagogy and create that work simulated environment that we can give it to you. Now, a simple example, I'll say. I'm sure a lot of you play sports here, right? A lot of you, football is very popular here, so I'm assuming that football be there. Now, before the start of the game, imagine you start playing football, right? You have to go and have your first game. What you gonna do? Are you going to go into the game straight away? No, you're going to practice it, right? You're going to practice it few times. You want to learn how to dribble. You want to learn how to score goals. You want to understand that when the pressure will happen, how will I react to it? Now, this is exactly what we want to create through employability.life. We are creating these workplace simulation environments for you where you can understand how can you prepare yourself for the game of work. Because tomorrow, when you'll be at the workplace, there'll be situations which are far beyond to explain you in the academic curriculum. So we need to teach you that. We need to provide you a safe environment that you can fail, right, in the environment so that we can help you how to succeed that. So if you keep the same example of having a football game and getting ready for the game by practice sessions, treat these XPMCs as your practice session before you go to the workplace, before you go and face those challenges which you are not ready for. Because what you will see that the world is dynamically changing, and we build a lot of different skill sets in these work simulated projects that you're going to do through XPMCs with this environment of employability.life ecosystem that we have created. You will learn 3 different kind of skills. First, you will learn around the future of work skills, right, which are individual, so that we understand and create that growth mindset in you. We give you the intelligence beyond the digital culture and the career, and we help you to become an influence to your team. Then you will learn the working skills. You know, how do we check your collaboration, your persistence, your task completion. And then on top of it, you will learn from the industry leaders how do you solve a complex project, because that's what the future is. So I hope you will enjoy this journey. I hope you will enjoy doing these XPMCs, and I hope you will take it exactly as the practice sessions before actual game of work that you will go into in your future. So thanks a lot, and of course our team is very, very collaborative. We are very hungry for the feedback. So this batch, these 120 students, as the first, you are our brand ambassadors in the university. Every feedback that you will be giving to us will be taken on board very, very seriously. So I look forward for a very collaborative culture between Employability.life team, and of course SNU is facilitating all of that, and yourselves, and hopefully the feedback will keep coming and you will feel that you're part of the industry before joining the industry, and that will help you prepare for the future of work. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Manish Malhotra, for providing us with a deeper understanding of Employability.life and its mission. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce Professor Duncan Bentley, the Vice Chancellor and President of Federation University Australia, to deliver the keynote address on the importance of work-simulated learning from a learner's perspective. Professor Duncan Bentley holds a Master of Laws from the University of London, a Master of Laws and a PhD from Bonn University. He has a proven track record of supporting universities in their growth through design thinking, digital innovation, deep community engagement, and long-term global partnerships. Prior to his current position, Professor Bentley served as the Deputy Vice Chancellor at Swinburne University, where he led the academic international online portfolios. He has also held leadership positions at Victoria University, where he was responsible for vocational education and international partnerships. Professor Bentley is recognized for his national leadership in lifelong learning and his advocacy for the adoption of technologies to support sustainability. He is committed to developing strategies that provide students with the skills and knowledge necessary to succeed in a rapidly changing world. Professor, please come up on stage, and I would like to invite our esteemed VC sir to come up on stage to facilitate Professor Bentley.
Well, it's wonderful to be here today with you and to look out at all the faces here of eager students who will be changing the world over the next 10 or 20 years. It's wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much, Vice-Chancellor, for your warm welcome. CEO of it is wonderful to have your support. I know that the SNU and Techno Group are making such an impact in this part of the world, not just through the university and sending out students and researchers into the community, but also because of the significant work that you do through the Techno Group into your community. And really, there is no better place for us to be partnering Federation University, Employability Life, and SNU than here. Because really, when you look at the future which is available to you, and as I look out at the students who are all eager, keen, bright, and capable, I know that you will seize the opportunity, as Dr. Malhotra said, to take this experiential process and make it your own. Build your confidence, build your abilities so that you can seize your future and fulfill your aspiration. Now, one of the most important things that we have to do is to always look at our context. And Federation University was founded in 1870. Why was it founded? We had a big university in Melbourne, University of Melbourne, and the issue was it was the middle of the gold rush. Everyone was discovering gold, and people were coming from all over the world to make themselves rich. What they discovered as they were digging gold out is that you needed to process it, you needed expertise, you needed skills, you needed engineers to be able to make the most of the opportunity. And so that's where Melbourne University spun out the School of Mines in Ballarat, and that was our genesis. We had to provide the skills needed for the engineers and other skilled professionals to be able to make the gold rush a success. And Ballarat became one of the richest cities in the world at that time. And ever since that time, we've always been focused very much on the context of our communities, making sure that we were graduating students who were going to make a difference in the real world where they were serving those communities, whether it's health, whether it's education, and with the emergence of information technology, that has been a substantial part of what underpins the modern society. And I think the focus on information technology, and I think, are all of you involved in IT? Yeah? Anyone not involved in IT coming from other areas? No? So you're all IT professionals. You know, IT is so important because it underpins every aspect of society. So I'm a lawyer. One of the things which I noticed when I did a lot of research into who was being employed as a student who was graduating from law school, I discovered that what the firms were doing was using IT, and they were giving up hiring people directly from university. They were saying that the students who came out of university were no longer ready for the workplace. And they were saying that the university itself was not preparing students sufficiently, because actually, for a lot of the young students coming out of universities, you could be replaced at the initial stages by computers, by AI now. And so we had to change the way that we thought about curriculum. We had to change the way that we thought about giving students skills so that employers would still hire them. And that's where the whole concept of experiential learning is so important. You have to start experiencing what it is that you will experience in the workplace to gain the confidence that, yes, indeed, you have the theory, but you learn how to apply it in practice to real-world projects. You learn to work together in teams. You learn to be able to move into the workplace with confidence, not with fear or concern or trepidation. You each have an aspiration. You each have a purpose which you want to fulfill. We're giving you the tools through the XPMC model to be able to take the wonderful education that you have in your normal curriculum and apply it to real-world projects under industry mentors so you can bridge that gap. Everything that you have learned is so important, but what you need to do now is harness it to make the absolute most of all of your skills and capabilities and your potential and see how to translate it from that knowledge base that you have within you to practical application. Now, I know that it succeeds. It'll require all of your application, as Dr. Malhotra said. You will need to dedicate your time and energy. Sometimes it'll seem really hard and you'll say, I really don't want to do this anymore. But that's why you work in teams. And as teams, you must learn to support each other. And that really is where the basis of SNU is so important. And reading the book, which Sister Nivedita was about her life and how she encouraged everyone in her community to really find themselves and their purpose and to dedicate themselves to the communities they were serving. That's what we're trying to get you to do in your XPMC groups. We want you to support each other, to care for each other, and make sure that each of you is helping each other succeed, because it's that cooperative approach which is fundamental to your being able to transfer from university into the workplace, where you work in teams, collaboration, fulfill your purpose, help each other to succeed. And I think probably one of the most important things that you will need to learn as you go through this process is that you mustn't fear the future. You mustn't fear the world. You must embrace it, take all the knowledge you've got and realize that there's an awful lot you don't know. But with the help of technology, which is not something which should overcome what you do and replace you, but rather use it and facilitate your use of it to achieve even better solutions much faster. We'll be teaching you that through the XPMCs. And I know it works because at Federation we've been doing this experiential learning and different forms of programs. And our graduates, even though we are an old university, our graduates are still #1 for employment. They're still getting the best salaries. And that's because we're able to help them transfer from the academic environment into the workplace. So you are being given by SNU a huge opportunity. Make the most of it. You're really bright students. You've been chosen for this, for a purpose. Absolutely fulfill the potential that each of you have. And I look forward over the next 20 years seeing you start your own businesses, seeing you succeed in other businesses, and achieving your vision and aspiration for each of your lives. And we will be proud of you. SNU will be proud of you, and your communities will be proud of you. So thank you.
Thank you, Professor Duncan Bentley, for your thought-provoking keynote on the significance of work-simulated learning. Now let's shift focus to the role of technology in shaping the future of work. I would like to invite Anirudh Farke, the Chief Technical Officer at Employability Life, to deliver a talk on this exciting subject. Anirudh Varke is an EdTech visionary, bridges education and technology. With an MBA from the prestigious IIM Kozhikode, he combines strategic thinking with a passion for innovation. As the CTO at Employability.life, he leads the charge in transforming education through cutting-edge solutions. Sir, please come up on stage. And I would like to invite Dr. Shumauli Pine, Director, Global Affairs and International Relations, to come up on stage to felicitate Mr. Anirudh Varke.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. After so much of thought-provoking sessions here, and I know there are a lot of things that they've said, and not much to be said now. But let me narrate a short futuristic story to begin. Imagine a piano player, or maybe a guitar player. And this person is very talented, and he or she has a very bright future because they're playing the passionate instrument. And one fine morning, they're taking a bike ride with they're at the pillion seat, and unfortunately there's an accident, and this piano player loses her hand. The arm is fractured and they have to amputate it. Now, obviously, this is a huge setback for a piano player. Not having a hand is a big problem, right? So, after the initial few days when she's thinking about, what do I do? Can I learn something else? She comes across a news story, actually an advertisement, that says, your amputated arm can be replaced with a equally smart and equally efficient arm. And obviously, a lot of you have seen such bionic arms or artificial arms, but they're not as good as a natural human arm, right? So she goes on to a hospital, she consults a surgeon, and the surgeon says, we'll take some measurements and do a kind of duplicate model, and then you come back a month later and we'll try to fix it up. Obviously, this seems like science fiction, right? She goes back a month later and she has this cast, and that cast is fixed here. Her arm, fortunately, the nerve endings are secure. So you have the nerves going from brain to everywhere, and the nerve endings are secure here. So they put this bionic arm there, which is a kind of plastered thing. And 5 minutes later, they ask her, try to move your index finger. So she thinks about it, and then the arm starts moving. They say, okay, why don't you try to clench your fist? Done. 5 minutes. After half an hour, she is now very comfortable moving her fingers separately and so on. Very, very unlike robots, right? Robots are still robots. And in about 3 to 4 months later, she's back to playing piano. How many of you think this kind of technology will happen in the next 5 years? Raise your hands. In the next 5 years. 10 years? Next 10 years? Okay, some more. And some more, the rest of them, I believe they are thinking, oh, there's all, too much of science fiction. The fact is this particular thing is actually from 2019 and not a science fiction movie. This is real. So this same thing actually happened in 2019, and there's this very well-known series on AI which is called The Age of AI on YouTube. It's a free, YouTube original series. You can freely watch it. It talks about a lot of things on AI, but the most important thing is it talks about things that have already happened, not in the future. They've been talking about self-driving cars and all those things. We are talking about the age of AI, which is now, not in future. We are living in it. Unfortunately, we don't realize that there are so many things that are changing around us, which are really beyond our imagination. Not in this part of the world, not in India, not in Asia, maybe somewhere else, but it is happening. Now the thing is, the advantage, or rather the novel part of this is, if something happens in US today, it is quite likely that it will move to India within 6 months. 6 months is also fairly large time. You remember, I don't know how many of you would remember, or how Google started. It's hardly a decade and a half back, right? And now, I think all of you must be using ChatGPT instead of Google. Yeah, the key difference is that Google used to be a passive responder, whereas ChatGPT is talking to you, right? So how does this all relate to the future of work? When you will be getting into employment and you will be talking to your colleagues or your superiors or subordinates, and how will you work when AI interferes in every aspect of your work life? So the first thing that comes to my mind is, a lot of people, of course, say that AI will take over so many jobs and so on, but that's not going to happen, at least not in the next probably 20 years or so. What will definitely happen is, you might be working in a group of 5, just like you will be doing in XPMCs here, but one of those team members may not be a human being. One of those team members may be an AI bot. Now imagine doing this in real life. If you have let's say a project, all of you are IT students, and I'm sure you understand what is agile and mentor-led and so on, right? Imagine you are in a sprint, in a agile framework, and that sprint requires you to do user design or UI or UX, right? And unfortunately, your team member who is an expert in UI UX design is out of work. He's sick. What do? You're stuck. Fortunately, today, as we speak, you just have to command ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT that you are, assume you are a UI and UX expert and start talking to me. That's it. Imagine setting up a company today as a student to solve maybe some kind of crisis in the city. Maybe there's a water shortage and you want to invent an app. You don't know anything about app design. You don't know anything about software design. But you have an idea. The essential way of doing this earlier used to be that you get a CTO, because you don't know how to code. You get a CTO. You get somebody from a sociology background because this person understands people. You'll probably have to hire somebody who does marketing, social media content creation and all that stuff, right? Today, you just have ChatGPT versions available to you to do that same work. Imagine that kind of power coming to you when you step into the workforce. And when you step into the workforce tomorrow, you will have all these real situations to handle. Because there will be AI bots working with you. There will be remote opportunities that you've never foreseen. I think most of us, when we talk about placements, almost every one of us thinks that we should go abroad or try to earn dollars instead of rupees. That's the dream, right, in the third world country. But then Imagine doing that same thing without actually moving out. Or moving there, but then getting an experience and then coming back to your own city where you've lived your life and where your roots belong. All of that is going to change in the future of work. That's how, I think the powerful thing is that there are technologies, there are changes that are happening in the society and the workplace that are going to enable this. And I think, listening to all the conversations here, I'm sure all of us are excited about the future. It's not about getting afraid of what is happening, because even when I entered the workforce, Google was just starting to come into work life. And we all worried that, maybe we will not be needed anymore because Google knows everything. It didn't happen. Same thing will happen even now. When you enter the workforce, there will be a lot of things that will be taken care by technology, but there are so many things that a machine can never do, like ideation. I mean, ChatGPT needs to be asked. You cannot expect ChatGPT or any other AI mechanism to actually start thinking on its own and then design solutions. Somebody has to tell it, right? That's where I think the excitement comes in. And I think all of us, irrespective of which stage of life we are, we should be excited about the times that we are living in. There are so many opportunities. There are so many opportunities that are going to be created, rather than looking at those things which are going to be taken care by the bots. I think the most important thing is we will live in a future where the opportunities will be far more than the limitations. And eventually, we will arrive at a point when we will have those teams working, and then the essential skills are not anymore the coding skills that you're acquiring or the subject skills. I think the softer skills like working together, how hard do you work on, problem-solving skills, and those kind of things will come to the forefront. So the XPMCs that we were talking about here, these try to imbibe those kind of skills into your workplace. Rather than focusing on the technical skills that you should know Java or PHP, the more important thing is, how do I approach a problem? How do I solve, and how do I propose a solution? So let's be all excited about what is coming to us and make this a huge success. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your insights on the enablement of technology in the future of work. Now, to prepare us for the journey ahead, I am honored to invite Raja Dasgupta, the Executive Vice President at Employability.life, to deliver the pre-induction talk. Raja Dasgupta has over 25 years of experience in the education sector with a strong focus on academia, institutional alliances, and skill development. He led the Oracle University program in India, engaging hundreds of colleges and universities and millions of students all over India for over a decade. Under his leadership, the program became a global benchmark. Currently, he is leading a globally coordinated effort to prepare Indian students for international career success and is the principal organizer for the Pioneering Industry for India conference. His expertise in this field will surely provide us with a valuable perspective. Sir, please come up on stage. And I would also like to call up on stage Dr. Minal Parikh, Director of Digital Media at TIG and Dean of School of Media Communications, Fine Arts and Design.
I think I've not much to talk about. Everything has been covered. So it's still morning. Good morning, friends, learners, students. I can't hear you. I think we are just heading into an induction where you need to do a lot of work, a lot of activities, and we need a lot of energy. Once more, good morning. Good morning. Yeah. We've already spoken, I think, last time when I came, we had a chat of more than 2.5 hours. Before we start, I think the induction, I think I would like to take this opportunity to thank VC Sir for giving us the opportunity, Professor Shuman Chatterjee, who has been completely instrumental in doing this for us, Dr. Shanku Bose, who has been such a visionary, who helped us and gave us the thought-provoking approach which helped us to move forward. A special mention to Professor Anirban Mitra. If he wouldn't have been there, I think we couldn't have been really successful. 500 students. All of you are winners. I know there are 120 students who are handpicked, shortlisted today. This is purely because of your dedication, passion, attitude, and all these are so important for us. I was hearing Anirudh talking about, and that's about storytelling. I think he was taking us through a complete story, and he was trying to explain and articulate that future is already here. We are just yet to be discovered. So I think that's what I think he was trying to say. And all of you in your sprints, as we move forward for the XPMC program, you'll understand when you move ahead and give a presentation to your client, to your supervisors, you'll realize that presentation is not about an Excel sheet or a PowerPoint presentation. Presentation is all about communicating and articulating and taking them through a story which you want to communicate, which relates to the requirement of the client. So I think before we start, one few small summary which I've made. The first thing which is very important is we always keep the students in charge. We say learners, you say students. We say learners because we learn from you as well. It's not, learning is never one way, and that's why I think on a Teacher's Day this year, I also took the pleasure of my old students of wishing them Teacher's Day as well, because I think the learning has to move on, and that's why we say a community of learners. The second aspect is that, and I've articulated that in my last presentation as well, Professor Bentley has mentioned that as well, that how important it is that you are getting what is academic excellence here, and we are trying to get you that competency and capabilities which are required to get into the future of work. So be agile, be collaborative, and also be cooperative. That's the approach I think we should all take. With this, we should open the induction, and we're going to have it in different clusters. All of you are invited for the inauguration of the lab, and that's about it. All the best. Once more, good morning and thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your word of guidance. Now we would like to call up on stage our professors, Dr. Shoikat Maiti, Professor, Department of Computer Science, Dr. Rana Mujumdar, Professor, Department of Computer Science, Dr. Pratik Bhattacharya, Department of Computer Science, Dr. Sharup Ghosh, Department of Computer Science, and Dr. Abhishek Bhattacharya, Department of Computer Science, to felicitate our guests from Employability Life. We would like to call up on stage Mrs. Ruchika Sharma, Director, Academic Partnership, Employability.life. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to call up on stage Mrs. Sudeshna Mitro, Delivery Head at Employability.life. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to call up on stage Ms. Suparna Bishwash, Senior Manager, HR and Delivery at Employability.life. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to call upon stage Ms. Mehak Arora, Partner Engagement Manager, Employability.life. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to call upon stage Ms. Neha Guho Thakurata, Manager, Mentor, Employability.life. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, professors. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Shadip Midya, Assistant Professor, Computer Science Department, to say something about this event.
Good morning. Good morning. So firstly, I would like to welcome all the honorable delegates over here, including the team from Employability.life and Professor Duncan from Federation University, and all our esteemed Dean Sir and Vice Chancellor Sir. So it gives me immense pleasure to discuss the importance of such projects in your curriculum. So at SNU, as you all know, that we have not only nurtured the importance of academic activities, we have always tried to achieve excellence in the curriculum beyond the academic activities that you're involved in, like your exams and all those stuff. So we would like to thank Employability.life to give this opportunity to our students to explore the real world problems. Hello? Yes, to explore the real world problems out there. So we believe that it will help our students greatly in their own personal development while preparing them for the future. So in this XPMC project, we have topics like cybersecurity, Azure and RPA, which you all know that is the future. Involvement in projects such as these, whether academic or extracurricular, is a crucial aspect of our development as individuals and future professionals. Projects teach us skills that go beyond textbooks. They foster teamwork, problem solving, leadership, and team management, among many others. These are the competencies the employers look for in our students. So I would like to tell all the students out there to take this project seriously and try to learn something from this project. And Mike. So try to learn. Hello. Hello. Yes. So I would like all the students to take this project seriously and learn something, try to get something out of this project and achieve all the goals so that it helps you in future in getting better employability. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Now we will proceed to the vote of thanks by Dr. Anirban Mitro, Head of the Department, Computer Science, Sister Nivedita University, followed by the induction sessions.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege as the head of the Department of Computer Science at Sister Nivedita University to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks at this momentous occasion. The inauguration of the Future of Work Lab and the XPMC Project Induction Program today marks a significant milestone in our journey to shape the future of education, innovation, and employability for our students. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our esteemed guests and dignitaries who have graced us with their presence today. Your vision and leadership inspired us to keep pushing the boundaries of what is possible in education and research. We are truly honored to have your support as we embark on this transformative journey. I am extending my sincerest thanks to Professor Duncan Bentley, Vice Chancellor and President of Federation University, Australia. A special thanks to Dr. Manish Malhotra, Chairman, Mr. Raja Dasgupta, Executive Vice President, Mr. Anirudh Parke, Chief Technology Officer, Mrs. Ruchika Sarna, Director of Academic Partnership, Mrs. Sudeshna Mitro, Delivery Head, Ms. Suparna Biswas, Senior Manager, HR and Delivery, Ms. Mahik Arora, Partner Engagement Manager, and Ms. Sneha Ghotakurata, Manager and Mentee of Employability.life family. The inauguration of the Future of Work Lab and the launch of the XPMC project would not have been possible without your tireless efforts and partnership. Together, we are equipping our students with the skills and experiences they need to thrive in the rapidly changing global workplace. To our university leadership, I am deeply grateful to our respected Chancellor Sir, Mr. Shottam Rai Chaudhuri, our respected Vice Chancellor Sir, Dr. Dhrubajyoti Chattopadhyay, our Group CEO and Dean of School of Engineering, Dr. Shanku Bose Sir, our Registrar Sir, Professor Shumon Chatterjee, our Global Affairs and International Relational Directors, Dr. Shomoli Pine, Directors of Industry Relations, Mrs. Ina Bose, and the Director of Digital Media at TIG and Dean of School of Media, Communication, Finance and Design, Dr. Minal Parik. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to fostering innovation and providing an environment where students can grow into globally competent professionals. Your belief in the potential of this initiative has been instrumental in bringing this vision to life. A special note of appreciation goes out to the family members of the Department of Computer Science. Your dedication to academic excellence and student success never ceases to amaze me. Your guidance and mentorship will be the pillars of the support for our students as they navigate through the exciting opportunities offered by the Future of Work Lab and the XPMC project. To my students, I am requesting you to always remember this quote of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, "A dream is not that which you see while sleeping. It is something that does not let you sleep." So today marks the beginning of an exciting new chapter in our academic and professional journey. You are the future, and we are confident that the knowledge and skills you will gain from this lab and the XPMC project will prepare you to lead the way in shaping the future of work. We encourage you to embrace this opportunity, challenges yourself, and make the most of every moment. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone involved in the organization of this event, especially Mr. Udit Sengupta and the teams from Mass Communication Journalism. Your hard work behind the scene has ensured the success of today's program. Once again, thank you all for being part of this special occasion. We look forward to witnessing the incredible innovations and achievements that will emerge from the future of our work lab and the XPMC project. Let's continue to dream, to innovate, and to create the future we envision of our students and for the world. I would like to invite everyone to join us in the inauguration of the Future of Work Lab after this program. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll have to take a photo with all the leaders and the students. So please, students, come to the dais. Okay, at first, all the faculty members and the esteemed guests, then with the students. না স্টুডেন্টরা উপরে হয়ে যাবে সবাই আমরা নিচে দাঁড়িয়ে যাব Please, all the faculty members are requested to come off the stage. উঠে পেছনে পেছনে উঠে যাও না উঠে যাও স্যারেরা সব উঠে 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 হ্যাঁ ময়ূরী আমরা এদিক ঘুরে দাঁড়ালে নিয়ে নেবো না স্টুডেন্টদের ওপরে ডেকে নেবো ডেকে স্টুডেন্টদের ডেকে এখানে বসিয়ে দিলে হয়ে যাবে দেখছেন